Alright, so this is the lesson on complementary and supplementary angles. If you want, go ahead and try these first 4 problems as a warm-up, and then we're going to go over it after you have finished. Alright, these should have been review problems from the last lesson that we have learned, which was the angle addition postulate. So basically it said any two angles that make up one whole angle added together equals the whole angle. So, let me see, okay. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to label the angle that I'm trying to find. So I'm trying to find STM, which is this angle right here. Okay, then it's telling me MTU is 130. And it's telling me this whole thing is 156 STU. So if I know the whole angle, which is 156, I'm going to take the whole angle, which is 156, and subtract it from this angle to find the smaller one. So when I do that, I'm just going to get 26. All right, same thing over here. This time it says find KL. So I'm going to mark this one as the one I'm trying to find. You can put a little question mark if you want. And then it's telling me this is 38. So I'm going to take this whole angle, which is 133, and I'm going to subtract it from 38, which when you do that, you get 95. And that looks about like 95 degrees. There you go. Now it gets to be a little bit trickier. All right, so this time they're telling me JIL is this expression. So I'm going to label it 43x minus 1. And then it's telling me LIH is 8x. And then it's telling me this whole angle JIH is 152. So we're going to create an equation. These two angles, which is 43x minus 1 plus 8x is equal to this whole angle JIH, which is 152. I'm going to combine like terms. When I combine those, I should get 51x minus 1 equals 152. I'll add the 1 to both sides, so I get 51x equals 153. And then we're going to divide. 153 divided by 51. And that's 3. So with a very nice answer. Okay, and it just asked me to find x. When you do these problems, you always want to make sure, okay, are they asking for an angle or are they just asking for x? They're asking for x, awesome, because you found it. All right, here we go. PLM is 82, and then KLP is 18 plus 6x. All right, and then I know these two added together should look like an x. Should give me this whole angle, which is KLM. So 18 plus 6x plus 82 is equal to this whole expression, which is 16x minus 10. And so you're working with variables on both sides this time. So we want to first combine our like terms, and then we want to move variables on one side and constants on the other. So let me do 18 plus, my computer's like freaking out, 18 plus 82. And so that gives me 100 plus 6x equals 16x minus 10. I will then move variables on one side, constants on the other, so I'll subtract the 16x on either side. And you get 100 minus 10x equals negative 10. I'll then subtract 100 to get constants over here. Negative 10x equal to negative 110, and then we'll divide by 10 here, and we get, or negative 10, and we get 11. There you go. All right, so we're going to talk about complementary. versus supplementary angles. And hopefully this should be somewhat of a review, but complementary angles are angles that are equal to, so the measurement of any angle equal to 90 degrees. And so this is just the measurement of angle, and then you just fill in whatever letter. We use this M to represent the measure of angles. So for example, 1 and 2 are considered complementary angles because they have this little square right here. These are considered complementary angles because if you add 20 and 70 together, you should get 90. So it's just any angles that are equal to 90 degrees. All right, same thing over here. We have 3 and we have 4. We can consider this supplementary angles because it's a straight line. We know a straight line is always equal to 180 degrees. So same thing here, it's any angle equal to 180. Then the same thing here, if I know this is 115, this is 65, we add these together, we get 180. So that's how we know that these are supplementary angles. Okay. All right, so this is another definition right here, adjacent angles. So it's any angles that exist, I guess, next to, I was going to say adjacent to each other, but next to each other. So for example, we're looking back at these. 3 and 4, these are considered adjacent angles versus these are non-adjacent. They're not touching each other. Same thing over here. 1 and 2, these are considered adjacent angles versus these are not adjacent. All right, so let's go to pairs of complementary angles and pairs supplementary and then pairs of adjacent. So you're just going to list them out. So I'm going to try to add a couple of these things together just to see, okay, these are 90, these are 120, or not 120, 180. So we know right here this is not a straight line. So these two angles are not supplementary. But let's talk about complementary. We have a 53-degree angle, so we need at least, so what we'll do is we'll subtract 90 from 53, and we know we get 37. So this tells me I need to know, okay, RST is complementary, so angle RST, and this angle right here, this 37-degree angle ABC, since both of these add up to 90, right? So if I go backwards, right, 53 plus 37 will give me 90, then we know those are complementary angles. Okay, same thing here, right? We know it's we know this is 127, so we know, okay, let's take 180, subtract 127, and we should get 53. Isn't that cool how that worked out? Okay, so we know that this angle right here, CAD, angle CAD, and angle RST are supplementary. Okay, and on the test, it'll be problems like this where you have to list out 2 angles that are complementary of each other, or 2 angles that are supplementary, or adjacent supplementary, adjacent complementary, and so forth and so on. So let's just list a pair of adjacent angles. So adjacent angles are just 2 angles that are next to each other. So angle CAD and angle BAC, or CAB, we'll do CAB. Okay, these 2 are adjacent, they're next to each other. And the way to describe it, they have the same vertex. All right, so find the missing angle measure. 1 and 2 are, 1 is a complement of 2, and we know the measurement of 1 is 62 degrees. Find angle 2. So this will be a problem, but you won't always get a picture. If you were just given this information, you would need to know how to do that. So basically what we do is, we know angle 1 and angle 2 are complements of each other. That means that they're complementary. So I can take 90 All right, is that magic number when it comes to complementary angles, and subtract it from 62. And we should get, make sure, 90, 28. So measure of angle 2 is 28 degrees. All right, same thing over here. Again, you won't always be given the picture, so you're going to have to, on the test, be able to look at this and know what to do. So angle 3 is a supplement. This means supplementary. 2, angle 4, or 4 of angle 4, find the measure of angle 4 is 47. Find the measure of angle 3. So same thing. We'll just do 180 minus 47 equals, and then that should give you the measure of angle 3. All right, so we get 133. Pretty easy, right? All right, this is another vocab word you're gonna have to know. So linear pair. So linear pair are just two angles that make up a line. Okay? So a linear pair is always a supplementary angle. But supplementary angles are not always a linear pair because they can be non-adjacent. So it also, let's say 3 angles make up this, that wouldn't be considered a linear pair because that's 3 angles, not a pair of angles. Okay, so if we know these are, this is all the information we got, we know we can just add 5x plus x and set that equal to 180 and then solve. And we're done. All right. If y'all have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. So far, looks like you guys hopefully are getting it. And if you have any questions, again, reach out. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.